About to go green. 15 sleds on the starting line. Top 10 in the front, 5 in the back. It's in Grizzly Anderson's hands. Let's go racing in Michigan. And we are green. Into turn 1 they go. Sleds everywhere at the starting line.
We have a huge crash just from the start, but it's Springer out front, his teammate right behind him, and Springer is going to take the Stud Boy Hole Shot
Ryan
award.
Springer is not going to have the lead. Elias is shown around him like a bullet as they race to the top of the hill.
Oh, Andrew Carlson just about got bucked off there.
Oh! Off the sled goes Ryan Springer. Or was that
was Ishul, I think.
That was Elias Ishul. You're correct. So Ishul off his sled up at the top of the racetrack.
And we've got racers all over this racetrack. So Springer, it's Ty-Fi in second, Carlson sitting in third, and there's another driver off.
It is absolute hectic on the racetrack right now.
Well, I can't tell.
That's the 132 right there.
The 132.
Jacob Blanchard right there that was off. There's your leader again. That's the 541 of Ryan Springer, who has somehow avoided catastrophe and found his way to the front again, Mike.
Man, as many people that were off in this corner here, the FXR corner, there was mayhem there. There was mayhem off the start, but Springer has found his way through this field.
We had contact in the back there between second and third. Max B. Ty-Fi running second, and right into the back of him was Andrew Carlson, which gives up the spot to Corey Watkinson.
Corey Watkinson on the Arctic Cat making the run on the 173 machine. You know, we talked about 9 laps. This is going to be fun.
2 laps into this race, and Ryan Springer has found his way to the front once again. Look at the battle going on for second right now. Let's go back to the very beginning of this race and see what happened. It was, again, total catastrophe right from the starting line. Let's take a look at it here. Starting line, a bunch of people bunched up right at the inside, and they're leaning on each other right away.
Boy, and then they went all the way across, and they gathered up everybody that was on the inside. So you thought that the problem was going to occur on the outside, but it got pushed to the inside, and that really messed up some people.
And again, Ishul just ran out of racing room and was leaning on Springer and ended up off his sled himself. That puts Ishul all the way back in 7th right now. But here's your leader, Ryan Springer, the 541, came in as your points leader, has been fast for weeks out of St. Francis, Minnesota for Carlson Motorsports and Sport Tech. Right now his lead is 2 seconds. Great shot of second right there. Max B. Ty-Fi's the man on his tail, but right now Ryan Springer is on a rail.
And if I go back and look at some of the sleds of these points leaders that are in the points battle, currently Muller in 11th, Johnstead in 12th, and Trevor Layton in 13th. Man, I'll tell you what, this is what Ryan Springer was hoping. This is the perfect storm for him because he's up front right now. He's looking at 25 points for the win. These other guys are looking at low teens as far as points, so that's really going to add to his lead.
There's your battle for second, but for a split second at the top of the hill, you saw your leader, Ryan Springer, the man right in front of him that he was about to lap. Second place in the points, Trevor Layton. Just a catastrophic night for Trevor Layton. Meanwhile, that's Max B. Ty-Fi right there in second, doing his best to reel in Ryan Springer. Springer's fast, but he's not gotten great separation away from Ty-Fi. Ty-Fi's right on his tail right now.
And you know what? Springer's starting to run into a few lap sleds right now, too. That could take and, of course, give Ty-Fi an opportunity, and look who's ahead of him. That, of course, Trevor Layton. You think Layton's going to give him any racing room? I don't think so.
He's going to see that blue flag, though, as a lapper, so he's by rule going to have to get out of the way. Springer, up the hill he goes, reeling in Trevor Layton. Again, there's Ty-Fi right on his tail. Right on his tail, the 151 of Andrew Carlson. At the top of the Skidoo Hill.
Carlson trying to make up that ground on Ty-Fi. You see him come over the jump. There's Ty-Fi, Carlson, that's your second and third place sleds. Trying to catch a peek of those guys up front. There's Carlson.
Big air for Ty-Fi. And there's your leader.
Yep, and Layton, he got around Layton, so that sled between first and second, between Springer and Ty-Fi, is the lap sled of Trevor Layton.
He's got to be hating that again. Layton came into tonight second in the points. This will greatly damage his spot in the point standings. On the other side of that coin, that 541 sled right there has managed to avoid all the different cataclysmic events that have happened in this Pro Lite final and is finding himself out front again. It's been a great season for Ryan Springer. And here we are in round 13 in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and he's headed for the podium once again.
We may add rookie Pro Lite rider Ryan Springer.
Not racing like a rookie here tonight. Springer through a very, very, very difficult whoop section. Let's go down to Carly Applin right by the racetrack. Carly.
Our leaders coming right behind me right now, both of them rookies in this very competitive Pro Lite class. Again, behind me is right where we saw the tangle at the beginning of this race. Trevor Layton being one of those sleds tangled up, taking him out of that points race tonight when he's holding second, which is so unfortunate. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Carlin. We talked about it at the top of the race here. It was an interesting choice for Springer to start where he did, but maybe that was part of his decision to stay out of what could have been a bunch of wrecks.
Well, you watched them when they took off. That could have really collected anyone because it started over on the outside part of the racetrack, but you know, somebody just got caught a ski and it all vaulted to the inside, and that's where they gathered all those drivers. So tough break for those guys on the inside, including Trevor Layton. But I'll tell you what, a big break for, of course, your race leader right now, and a driver that's going to add to his points lead, Ryan Springer, as he continues to count down laps with 1 lap left to go.
1 lap left to go for Ryan Springer from St. Francis, Minnesota. That Carlson Motorsports Polaris has been fast all season long. Here we sit at round 13, and he's less than a lap from victory. And as you were talking about, Mike, putting a bigger gap in the lead for the points here in the Pro Lite division. Over that Air Force flyaway for the final time, and down the hill he comes. You see part of his crew members there here on the Cooper Tire final lap, cheering him on, letting him know he's got quite a lead right now. The lead is almost 5 seconds as Ryan Springer gets into heavy traffic on the backstretch.
Watch him as he comes back down through. Trying to find good lines, and you know, as you watch him go around here,
that'll do it. Ryan Springer over the Amsoil finish line for the win. He's done it again. Ryan Springer for the win. Max Tie Fight comes across in second, and rounding out the top 3, the 151 of Andrew Carlson.